Hello, we're back in work after the new year. You happy to be back at work, Paulie?
Not been away.
No, you were working New Year's Day. You love it, don't you?
It's a dirty job, but someone.
You can't get enough of it.
You just won't leave me alone. You won't let me be.
No. Anyway, great day. Back to work. We love it. And you've just got in some lovely shoes for some green soles, yep.
Two pairs.
Two pairs today.
Green,
Okay. So we've turned the video around, and I was just saying it's a pain that you can't turn the video from one to the other without stopping it.
I wonder if you can on a Samsung.
You probably can. This is an iPhone. I don't know. Anyway, that's nice over there. That's lovely.
It's Paul's, isn't it?
Yeah. Just what is it? Have we seen these on video?
I think so. He had the Violite lightweight sole on.
From original?
Yes. From Cheaney's.
Oh, God.
Strip that off.
Oh, did we order that in for him? New? And he's gone straight for a strip off and a rebuild.
I'm not sure.
Right.
So yeah, straight off a strip off rebuild.
Yeah.
We put
How
new
nice.
mids in. Not that they needed it, but new mids are £15. I'd have charged him $50 to have to take that off there.
Yeah.
The stitches out, and
Yeah.
so new mids in. Natural edge. Commando sole.
Yep.
White stitching.
Yeah.
And it looks
Stunning.
absolutely
Stunning. Really
Just
does.
hoping you're going to do me a favour and put the
Oh, speed ups on.
speed ups on.
How many?
And
Anyway. Over here, this is 3. Okay. This is what the video is about. It's about these here. These two pairs. A pair of Cheaney. And they've come in and they've got a lovely green line in, and they're going to have this green sole on. Paul, do us a favour, just hold that sole up onto there. So this green tricker.
mids in as well. We're having a nice.
Yeah.
nice
Because look at that.
3.5mm mid.
Tricker without a midsole. I mean, it's
All
all
the
right.
kickers can get away with it. I don't know why or how.
Just press that sole in. How soft is that sole?
Yeah, it's because it's been worn obviously a lot. But
Yeah.
when they're new, like I say, I've never known any other manufacturer get away with it except Trickers. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, he says he can feel when he goes up to the zebra crossing, he can feel.
Yeah.
It won't do in that 3.5mm.
Yeah, just put the sole to it and show us.
Proper tricker after it, then,
Green tricker with a green sole is going to look stonking. Heel stack.
Leather heel stack.
Yeah.
Can't remember if we're in natural edge on.
Yeah.
Brass eyelets is having it.
Yeah, so he's spending some money on them. And then this pair of,
stunning.
green. Yep,
Two
brave.
customers straight after each other.
Right,
Green
okay. Did
Dainite.
you recommend green Dainite for him, or did he come in saying green Dainite?
Well, he was thinking, because it's got a green lining, green
Yeah.
Ridgeway or green Dainite, and we settled on Dainite for some reason.
Which is the sole I've got bucket loads of upstairs. Is that Ridgeway or
Chestnut.
Dainite? Chestnut. Have I got green as well?
No, Ridgeway. You've got green Ridgeway.
Oh, you shouldn't let my Ridgeway. I've got bucket loads of them. Right, okay. So,
Probably is you've only got a 9 to 11.
right.
Probably wouldn't have got it on there.
No. And so, yeah, lovely. So, midsole on them as well?
Yes.
Okay, lovely.
'Cause it's
Trickers.
got a cardboard, or what's the word for it?
Fiberboard.
Fiberboard, midsole in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you whose brand they are.
Well, I've already said.
Well, have you?
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. I know. It's a bit,
Yeah. Seeing it quite a lot just lately. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, shame. But anyway.
That's that account closed.
Yep. Trickers. Bum bum bum.
Trickers.
Do me a favour.
Yes.
Spin one over. Strip its heel off.
This is not original. These have had a heel, these, somewhere.
Have they?
Oh, yes. He said he told me where he'd had a meal, yeah.
Locally. Why have they bothered putting brads through the heel? They're not doing any good, are they? If you glue them right.
No.
So the heel stack's original.
Might not have had 3 coats of glue. Perhaps.
No, they might not. They might not have had. No. For the heel stacks originally, he's just had a heel on them.
That's nail from inside that one, isn't it?
Did he tell you Wade hadn't done?
Yes.
Right. And it wasn't a bad repair, was it?
No. Yeah, not bad repair at all. Why they put brads in there, I don't know.
No, well, there's holes there that would draw you into, but there's no washers inside the rubber, is there, on a Dainite?
No.
And you've just pulled that rubber heel straight off, and
Yeah, it wasn't hard to get it off.
from the factory, no brads.
I can't.
When we repair them,
scour them off.
no brads.
You know, when they've had the 3 quarts of glue, I have to scour them off.
Right, go for the heel stack then, if you would. If you would, under there, look, rolling those pliers over. Look at that. That just shows how much is missing out of the first lift with the dome shape. Knocking all the heels back, all the nails back. Yeah. Full leather heel stack. Of course it is.
Of course it is. It's a tricker. Not a lot.
The tricker recently have been, I don't know, I can't say bought out, but the 70% of the company has been sold off. So there's some new blood coming into trickers. It's you can Google it and you'll hear that it's a company, a finance company that's owned by Al Fayed's nephew. Apparently that's what we were told, but trust me, it doesn't matter. The company will be just, it'll be great. It'll probably last forever now, because there was chance of us losing. If this didn't happen, we might have lost trickers. And yeah, the products, the factory, the workers, everybody's behind this. It'll be nothing but goodness for them. I mean, I just hope that they let us keep buying them and retailing their shoes. It's be a shame if they didn't, but well, you never know. You don't know. I don't.
D2C.
So what Paul was just saying there, when you Google it, that they're going to start, as most manufacturers do, they're going to start the D2C, direct to customer. So cutting out retailers, cutting out their shoes being on the high street, which, you know, yeah, it is a shame, but everybody's doing it. That's the way of the world nowadays. Everything you want to buy is on your phone. And I know you're going to say, I need to see them and feel them. But they will probably let you order whatever you want and then return whatever you want. Entirely at the company's expense. Us little retailers, we can't do that.
Cork's coming out, but it doesn't matter, to get replaced anyway.
Yep.
Nice, beautiful willow shank.
So he's had these how long? He said he'd had them.
I don't know. You were
did he say 9 years?
Oliver, I think.
Oliver, yes, he had them 9 years, I think he said.
Not them bad though, to be fair. If,
just one.
You know, Dainite straight to the weld.
Yeah.
9 years.
Yeah.
We don't know how much it wears them.
But for me, it's that bloody colour. And Oliver's kept it polished up. He said he uses a sapphire. I thought he'd probably use sapphire and a bit of black on them to get that colour. But he said no, just sapphire, dark green. Willow shank. So the shanks come loose. Does that matter? Look, you can see the glue there, look.
No.
It's come loose. Would it not squeak when it's come loose?
It could possibly, yeah. But, you know, they use the sort of stuff you put in glue guns at the factory, I think. But I'll use some of our contact adhesive, and instead of just a dribble down, it'll all completely all the way through. In fact, no, it's a bit. I'll put a fresh one on.
Yeah.
Just to be on the safe side. Just take a couple of these. Now, trickers usually are beautiful because they'll just come out in one.
Yeah.
But it's going to make me look.
Yeah, look at that. Not going to do it.
Well, we're going to say twit because it's on camera, but you know.
Don't matter. Don't matter. It's
A
all.
bit strange for me.
It's all older beardy guys that watch us, apparently.
Oh, well.
If you would put a little T-shirt on and a,
Oh God, yeah, then we'd never know viewers.
you know, a T-shirt that's too small for you, and look like a muscly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
Yeah, I know. Put a lid on that glue pot, will you?
Yeah. It's not bad. It is coming out fairly easily. Usually, you have to take all the little.
Yeah, on other
off.
manufacturers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I love trickers. First repair as well, so we can get back in the original holes.
Yeah, listen. Some people doubt that you do that. We're gonna have to tell them how you do it.
No, you have to kill them all.
No, just some of them doubt that you can. You're talking bull about this, stitching in the same holes.
Well, have your shoes done, see?
It really does.
Can't tell my secrets.
A bit of voodoo.
Can't tell my secrets.
And it's such a simple one, wasn't it?
You've not thought of it. I remember you calling me a clever rafter.
Yeah. Right, anyway, this is getting boring now. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's getting boring.
Well, it usually comes out in one, but like I say, it's made me look an idiot.
Yeah, but it's gonna be
Easier
quite.
than most.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we just have a quick look at the shoe?
Oh, hey. Oh, they're coming out. He says.
Anyway, yeah. So that's the shoe. So we're gonna have a midsole. I'm just gonna grab
Chap
the
wants it beefing up, so we're going with a stout
midsole. Yeah. I'll just get my fingers out of the shot there.
I want it looking like a proper tricker.
Right, and
That's what we're having.
the sole unit on.
Like that. I can't remember what edge is having, what colour edge. But that's going to give it a lot more.
You're not going to be able to go light edge on that black welt, are you? That black welt. Just turn it over. It came from the factory all black. I think that did. Look, it's black all the way through. Yeah. So you might do a nice natural on there.
Well, if you get natural, I don't know what it's
a natural heel stack.
You still get your natural welt and your natural heel stack, and then obviously you'd expose the green as well. No, he's having black edge.
Black edge, yeah.
Brass eyelets, black edge, black stitch, 3.5mm,
right.
green Dainite.
What we'll do is we'll just see it, if you let me get some pictures of it, with the naturalness of it before you ink it, just to see what looks.
Yeah.
Because I would have probably gone, not natural, but a little bit of a, because he's having brown eyelets in, brass eyelets in, and a little bit of a golden brown on the edge and the black welt. What colour stitching on the top of the welt?
Black. Chap wants black.
Black. Oh,
green
okay.
Nice, wouldn't it?
It would green on the top. But anyway, customer knows best.
Yep.
He doesn't want to be, he's being brave going green, which is great.
The other pair will be interesting because we are going white stitching on that pair.
Right, on the Cheaneys, yeah.
White stitching, we're going natural edge. Matching that nice, beautiful green lining.
All right, so that's a strip down. They're both going to get a very similar strip down, and then you start to rebuild, and we'll hopefully get a few bits of video of them being rebuilt. But you know how it's done. You know how they're coming back. You know how he's going to recork them, new shank, then that top sole on. Not going to scour the welts at all because you just don't do that. No. Get them all built back up, and then the finishing.
Yeah, we'll show it with that natural edge before we ink it, like you said.
Yeah. All right, lovely, fabulous. Shoes are all stitched on. These are the trickers there. Look at the tiny little stitch around there. Look, really tiny little stitch. Can you see 2 rows of stitching? No, you can't. He's dropped those all back in the same holes on those trickers. So they're waiting now for the heel stack to go on, and then the green Dainite heel. The Cheaney, Joseph Cheaney, here they are, all done and dusted, all sorted out. Again, look at those stitches there. The customer's just here now to pick them up. Look at that, all those stitching are beautiful. And he chose the green Dainite on there, which is fabulous. And then he's left a natural edge, or Paul's left him a natural edge on there on that heel stack. Look at the finish on that heel stack. Just beautiful. That's how it should be. That's how it leaves the factory. It's how your repairer should be doing with it. Now, our customer told us that these here he bought online £50. Was it £50? £50 he paid for these, and then brought them into the shoe healer to have a repair done on them. Not that they were ready for repair with it, or you just fancied the idea of a different sole on. Nobody really likes a leather sole, it's too slippy. It's okay for dancing, but other than that, a Dainite is superb. And then here, look, these are the others that have all been stitched. So these are obviously having a bonded unit on. So they've been stitched. Look at the stitching again. Only one row of stitching. Paws drop back in the same holes. Here again, look at those. Back in the same holes. Another pair there, look, back in the same holes. Obviously having a bonded unit on. His little marks there telling us what size the stitch is. And yeah, more and more here. And a lovely pair of trickers here. Clay red sole. Look again, look here, look at the tiny stitch there. Look, really small stitch that was originally done with. And Paul's just altered his machine. Number 4 on that one. So he's altered his machine to do a really tiny stitch back into the same holes. So number 5 on that, so that's an even smaller stitch on there. And on here, number 4, on here, he had a number 2. So it's quite a bigger stitch on there. Anyway, we'll carry on with these and we'll show you when they're all finished. So the trickers are now done. Paul's put the heel stack on. He's put the green sole on. Look at those there. Lovely job. He's gone with a black edge on there. Black edge for the gentleman. And then the green underneath. Look at that lovely, lovely heel. And we've put him brass eyelets in, so the eyelets have changed. And we've put him a pair of each laces in. He can either go back with the black or he can go with the tan, whichever he prefers. I think the black probably looks better. But anyway, they're done, all sorted out. Lovely repair with the green Dainite.